Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Shadowrun Dragonfall. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today as we talk to Dietrich over here. He's talking to his dragon right now, asking him if he can change his priorities a little bit, his main quests. That's kind of a funny thing. So he closes his eyes and concentrates. Minutes pass. Slowly, a smile creeps across his face. Dietrich opens his eyes and turns to face you. Yeah, I think that he'd like this plan just fine. That's it? That was all it took? The Dragon Slayer doesn't mince words, boss. If he didn't like the plan, he'd have told me. Dietrich's grin widens. He looks more at ease than you've ever seen him. Well, boss, I've got myself a plan, and a new target to boot. That's assuming, of course, that any of us make it through our current predicament alive. You know, Dietrich, now that you've got a handle on your connection with the Dragon Slayer, you could probably reach out to your old community again. Merlin's punks could benefit from your experience. He nods. Yeah, boss, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe I could give back a bit and fix some of the damage I caused in my misspent youth. After we're finished dealing with the crisis in front of us, that is. It's a good thought, anyway. I'll keep it in mind. Okay. Does that mean... Did he change anything? Is that like, done? Did I finish this quest somehow? Last episode I said that we're halfway through the game. It feels like we're not even that far, but then again, maybe we are, maybe we're not. I'm a little busy right now, Chief. Gotta get things ready for the bank job after all. Thanks again for helping me out with that, by the way. You're a lifesaver. Yeah, so he's stuck in that discussion there, because we need to go and deal with his quest. There's actually an objective over here, which is probably the computer. It looks like it is the computer. Let's see what Eiger has to say. Eiger glances up from her PDA at the sound of your approach. Hitty, this isn't the best of times. Her body language is self-assured, but you can hear the anxiety in her voice. Something has her worried, and in a big way. Any thoughts about that last run? She shrugs. It was a nice change of pace. Simple job with a straightforward objective. I'm not happy with the hit that our reputation took. It shouldn't be either. We need our clients, and we can't afford to get blacklisted. But at least you did the right thing in the end. Yeah, can't cry over spilt milk either. Talk to me, Eiger. If something's put you on edge, I want to know what it is. There is a long pause. Finally, she turns her PDA so that you can look at the screen. This. The image that greets you is a holopic of a rail-thin orc with jet black hair. Hair, not air. Who am I looking at? His name is Zili Kozlov, but he's better known by his handle, the Engineer. He's a mercenary ex-Spetsnaz, one of the best in his field. I ran up against him in my KSK days. Tell me more. His specialties are social engineering and wet work. In practice, he spends most of his time paving the way for organized crime syndicates to seize new territory. It sets up bribes, takes out key members of the opposition, and forges alliances with existing street gangs. All of the groundwork that a syndicate needs. He's extremely bad news, Edie. And my contact spotted him in Shatton. That's a little too close to the cruise bazaar for comfort. Exactly. I've seen what the Engineer can do up close. My KSK unit tracked him a few years ago. I had him in the sights of my rifle, but I was ordered to hold fire. We couldn't afford to give away our position. To this day, I regret obeying that order. I saw what happened to the town that he was softening up after the syndicate moved in. Edie, I have to stop him before it's too late. What happened to that town? It can't be allowed to happen again in Shatton. Agreed. Do you know who he's working for now? The safest bet would be a Russian syndicate, but there's no telling. His client list is longer than you'd expect. Got any examples? Well, I know for a fact that he's worked for mafia groups operating inside and outside of Russia, and he put in a lot of time with the Lobachevsky syndicate. He's taken contracts with the Triads as well. My contacts tell me he's even done a few jobs for Tamanos. That's a hell of a resume. Yeah, it is. She bites her lip and stares at the image on the PDA for a long moment. So, long story short, I'm going to have to step out for a mission or two. I know how important it is that we resolve the Firestringa situation, I get it, but I can't just sit back and let it happen. She shakes her head. I won't. If the cruise bazaar is at risk, this is too important a job to rest on the shoulders of one person. I'm going with you. End of story. Alright, fearless leader. You're right. I could use the help. But the others, they can't know about this. This is going to have to be a quiet job. 2 people max. You sure you're prepared for this? If you can't hold up your end, I'll be better off on my own. Oh yeah, don't worry about me. I'm solid. Yeah, I know you are. Grab your things and meet me at Der Weinkeller. I've Vin Keller? Either way, I got a contact who's gonna join us there, and he can help us figure out our next step. I think that's gonna be our next mission, actually. Let's look at our missions right now. So we have option. Take the U-Bahn to OTK International's office, and Dragonkeeper. Isn't that for... How is that an optional one? To take the U-Bahn to Dragonkeeper. Nah, when we see the U-Bahn, the game tells us which missions are which. So, yeah, definitely I'm going to do her mission first. Because it's optional, as well as I want to do it. Hey, Glory. Let me save. I need to stop before I save. You know how it is. Glory favors you with a weak smile, her expression cautious. You're suddenly aware of how very small she is. Oh, Edie, I've got to admit, I've been dreading this. So, now that you know what I've done, what I am, are you here to tell me off? I wouldn't blame you if you were. Before that, any thoughts about that last run? There isn't much to say. She pauses to study you for a moment before continuing. You killed Thorvald. Despite his whining and begging and bargaining, you put him down like a rabid dog. It was a good choice, and it was the right one. No, Glory, I'm not here to tell you off. Truth be told, I wanted to check in and see how you were doing. Not great. Struggling. About how you'd expect. Yeah, we left off in a bad place last time. I've been thinking about your story, and I have a question for you. Yeah? What's that? Well, I have options. I wonder if I have many quests, but questions. Let's choose one. The first one is you've escaped from Harrow, but it's still out there. If you're looking to atone for your past, don't you think that shutting him down would be a good place to start? Yes, I like that. Let's see what the second one is. Are you still looking for closure? Because your story had a lot of loose ends that needed to be tied up. That sounds vague. I'm not gonna go with that. You've got out of fewer Stella, but Harrow's cult is still up and running, right? Still full of kids who are being brainwashed and worse. So shouldn't we do something about that? Let's focus on her atoning and say the first way. She holds her silence for a long time, and finally she nods. Yes, I've been thinking about this for a long time, Edie. And every time that I've gotten close to making a decision, I've turned and run away. Again. No more running. I'm ready to face this thing, but I can't do it alone. I'm going to need your help. That's the idea. Alright, if we're going to do this, we need to be clear on what our goal is. There are a lot of innocent people in that place. Lost street kids who got sucked in by Marta and the other girls like her. Saving them won't be easy, but it feels like the right thing to do. But then, there's also Harrow to consider. I want that man dead. Lord knows he deserves it, and if we don't make killing him our top priority, he might get away from us. If that happens, if he runs, he'll eventually start up another cult somewhere else. Or we can't find him. And all this will have been for nothing. We're likely to run into other complications as well, so I think that we need to make a decision here up front. What would you do in my place? Rescue the kids? Or take down Harrow? I don't think we can manage both. Interesting question. In her place, I would take down Harrow. And in my place, I would take down Harrow as well. In my character's place, I would also take down Harrow. So I think yeah, that's, I think it's, yeah. We wipe the cult away, or out, starting with Harrow. As long as he's alive, he can just start all of this over again. We'll save any cultists that we can, but the ones that are too far gone will have to be put down. Harrow needs to die. I don't want any other kids hurt or killed, but Harrow, that bastard has to pay for what he did to me. And she stops as if suddenly unsure of herself. A moment later, a newfound confidence seems to seize her. She looks to you, and there is fire in her eyes. He has to pay for what he did to all of us. I won't let this happen again. He needs to die. You're damn right he does. Meet me at the van when you're ready to go. It's a long drive from here to the Sean book. She nods. I'll see you there. At the van. Take the van to Harrow's compound. I didn't even know we had a van. But apparently we do. So off we go to not do that mission, unfortunately. Although we will do it. Probably it's a hiccup. I'm sorry. It's all main objectives. Wait a minute. How is it meet Eiger's contact here? Meet with Eiger's contact. What exactly is going on? Why is the objective over here? No messages. Jobs directory. There's only the one. Shadowlands BBC. There's nothing here. There's no pay data. There's no reason why there would be. Yeah, I'm not sure. It is the computer. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure why it's optional. I'm not sure why it's pointing to the computer. But I think I know where I need to go, so it's not really that complicated. Sorry. Can't save while moving. I really wish you could. It feels like an easy hack. I mean, maybe you'd need to add some other caveats, but it seems like an easy hack to just save as if I had stopped. If that is the problem, because it probably is. You can save animation states or something. So, assemble the team and travel to the OTK. Travel to the Landenberg Rings Bank in Dragonkeeper to clear Blitz's debt. No. It is not as simple as that. Oh. That's where I need to go. That's where the objective is. Is that Simi? That's not Simi, is it? Oh, there's somebody back here. I didn't even come back here. Look at that. Oh, there she is. This dwarf has a distinctly Eurasian appearance. He peers up at Eiger through almond-shaped eyes. The rest of his broad face is dominated by strong Slavic features. He nods to himself and puts down his mug of soy calf. On the edge of the table, a plate of day-old pie cools in a haze of cigarette smoke. Oh, Eiger. Been a long time. He taps a thumb on the rim of his coffee cup. Keeping busy? You could say that. Edie, this is Bannock. He's a friend. The dwarf scoffs. Don't know if I'd go that far. Nothing personal, you understand. If I were to start keeping friends, I might call you one. But in my experience, friendship and obligation go hand in hand. A solitary life is cleaner. She smiles. Professional acquaintance, then. The dwarf nods. Better. Now let's get down to business, shall we? Let's. We need intel on the engineer. Where he's staying, who he's working for, how long he's been in Shatton Nest. Whatever you've got, we want it. He spears a hunk of pie with his fork, crams it into his mouth, and then starts to chew. A moment later, he shrugs. I've had worse, he says. And of course, I'll give you what I can, but I don't know much. I can point you in the right direction, that's all. Just tell us what you can. We'll handle the heavy lifting. The dwarf nods, then fumbles in his jacket pocket for something. A moment later, he produces a weathered paper map and spreads it on the table. All right. What you're looking for, or we're looking at, is the northwest quadrant of Shatton Nest. This is gang territory, all of it. These days, the whole Kies is being held by Rambok. Yeah, I've had a run-in with Rambok before. We can handle them. I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. The guy that filled the power vacuum when their last leader bit it is a real piece of work. But hey, maybe you're right. I hope so, for your sake. He stabs a meaty finger down on the faded silhouette of the building. This warehouse right here is Rambok HQ, and that's where the engineer is staying. Wonderful. Eiger exhales heavily. If he's staying there, he must be arranging some sort of deal with them. That'd be the safe bet. And they haven't pulled their guns on him yet. So it's fair to assume that negotiations are going well. I'm sure that I don't have to tell you this, but the last thing we need is an alliance between some foreign syndicate and Rambok. No good could come of that. Can't argue with that. Now, I can't tell you who the engineer is working for. You'll have to ask him about that yourself. But what I can do is make it easier for you to have a sit down with him. Bannock reaches under the table and brings up a canvas bag. He places it in front of you and pushes it forward. Don't open it in here. There are people in this room who would kill you for what is in that bag. You gonna tell us what it is, or do we have to guess? He lowers his voice to a soft whisper. You have to lean in to hear him clearly. What you're gonna find in there is a gadget about the size of a water pistol. It has a rubberized grip and a hair trigger, and it's good for one shot. Is it a stun gun? No. He pauses for a moment, playing with his fork. Well, not really. For your purposes, you might as well think of it as one, though. The object in question is a cyberware deactivator. I had it shipped here at great personal expense from a Supermax prison in UCAS. He traces a twirl in the air with a fork. The warden owed me a favor. Eiger whistles appreciatively. Very nice, Bannock. That should make it easy. Not easy. Possible. I wouldn't be giving it to you if the job could be done without it. The Eiger is rocking a Delta-grade move-by-wire system. Unless you can shut it down, there's no way in hell you're going to catch him. And if we do shut it down, he'll be forced into a state of permanent seizure. Only until he gets the thing up and running again. Deactivated isn't the same thing as broken. The dwarf shovels another heaping forkful of pie into his mouth. He chews thoughtfully. Until then, his life will be a living hell, but I can think of worse things to use as a bargaining chip. Remember, you need to know who he works for. The more you can take him out of his comfort zone, the better. Sounds like we have a plan. Eiger nods. Sounds that way. Thanks, Bannock. We'll let you know how things work out. Don't bother, I'll be watching. And now we have the cyberware deactivator. Also, I can now take the U-Bahn to Schattenfest. Oh, I didn't mean to. I was looking at the things up here. Yep. I sort of went away. Sorry for more hiccups. I have a lot of hiccups today. I know exactly why. I drank a cup of soda. Cup of soda? That's the one. A glass of soda before. Before, not this episode, the previous one. But anyway, we're out of here. We have a bunch of objectives. Oh, because one of them is to raise a bunch of money. That's why. I probably can. I mean, we're probably another run, and we're gonna be able to raise it for Alice. I'm gonna have to look up and see if there's a reason not to continue doing quests until the game runs out of it, because hopefully there are, and I get to see all the quests and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, here we are. Let's call Eiger and travel to the Shatten Nest to locate the engineer. And yeah, I need to not forget clicking on her. That's good, I think. Confirm. You're about to travel? Yes, I am. I'm also about to level up or get some skills, I think. I think I have like 16 karma, which is pretty sweet. Shatten Nest. The key is next door to the Cruise Bazaar and an object lesson in anarchy gone wrong. Anarchism gone wrong, sorry. Violent gangs rule the streets here, trading territory to the roar of gunfire. The streets are a war zone, as dangerous as Shatten Nest already is. It could be worse. The gangs are vicious but disorganized. They pose little risk to their neighbors. With little more than a makeshift barricade and a few volunteers, the Cruise Bazaar has successfully insulated itself from the chaos of its neighboring Kias. The engineer could change that, all of that. He has to be stopped, and the F-State as a whole needs to be alerted to what his clients are trying to do. It's up to you and Eiger to make sure that happens. Yeah, that does sound like prime territory for people who are interested in seeing the F-State sort of brought down to its knees or something. This feels like the perfect place for, you know, winning hearts and minds in a way. We got a lot of... Yeah, I'm not going to use these. I got a lot of advanced health kits. So I'm just going to carry those, because I don't think I need the other ones. We also have some jazz, which is pretty sweet as well, and I might need that, and the other one I don't plan on dying, but I'll keep it, so I don't actually die if I die. You have karma available. Yes, I do. Let's see. We have 13. I was wrong about the number. So where was I going? Was it quickness? I think it might have been quickness. But look at that melee weapon 7 over there. Forces the target to drop their weapon on a critical hit. That's not very good, is it? So if I bring my body up, increases chance to take reduced damage from attacks. That'd be interesting. Another reason why I think we're still halfway through the game is that I'm not really spreading my points all over the place too much. And I have gotten nowhere near the maximum. I think we can max out at least one of these points, but maybe I'm wrong on that. So I'm going to focus on melee weapons. And I'm going to focus on strength and melee weapons eventually. And dodge. That'll be for quickness. Yeah, do I want quickness? I mean, quickness is nice, for sure, but do I really need it, is the question. Yeah, let's bring our body up. And then we're gonna need a little bit more. Ooh, this place. What? What in the world? It's fine, it's fine. I quick save abundantly. So I didn't bring the cyberware deactivator. What do you mean I didn't bring the cyberware deactivator? I know exactly what you mean, but like, why did you let me not bring it? It feels like the thing you should add. You'd add to the, you know. It's either way. I'm good. And you even let me level up. That was brutal. You lied to me, video game. You told me it was alright to level up. And it was not. So. Call Eiger. Click on her. Confirm. Confirm. Skip the loading screen. See that the game actually autosaved, so I could have loaded the autosave. Feel like I'm a dummy. See that we have advanced medkits over here, so that's pretty good. And that goes away. Didn't we have soundtrack here before? I thought we did. Nitro is pretty sweet. Let's add nitro. I have a lot of it as well, so it's pretty good. Jazz, I don't have as much, so let's try and use the jazz first. Where's the deactivator? Don't tell me. No, there it is. Cyberware deactivator. A custom-made weapon, usable only at extremely close range. Keyed to a specific target's cyberware codes. That's what that is. And now we don't lose. I was like, what is wrong with this place? Did you know? Did I say yeah out loud? Because I was thinking it. Like, it was all red. As you near the edge of the cruise bazaar, the familiar piss and asphalt stench of Schattennest crawls into your nostrils and sticks in the back of your throat. The dilapidated husks of burnt-out buildings loom above you, giving the place an air of menace. I was hoping I'd put this place behind me after the Humanis run. Yeah, I'm with you there. She wrinkles her nose. The funny thing is, a syndicate presence might actually help Schattennest, in the short term at least. They'd clean up the streets if nothing else. Well, in that case, maybe we should just forget. No, let's not say that. Don't tell me you're changing your mind. Not for a second. A syndicate, any syndicate, in Schattennest would be a disaster for the cruise bazaar. Let the people on the other side of the gate deal with their own problems. I want to allow my home to be endangered for their sake. Well, this place looks really cool. The game has a level of 3D-ness. Do you see the distance there? Look at that. That's perspective. A little bit. It's all 2D though. It's all painted, but hand-painted, I should say. And all beautiful. All amazing. What is that? Cocaine? Mold. It's a photo automat. Don't you like to go to a photo automat? I like that. Hello. It's the Kia's gatekeeper. You again. Well, you ignored my warning last time and you went dead, so I guess you can handle yourself. Let him through, Sergey. Oh, yeah. I forgot about you, specifically. What do we have? We haven't been here, have we? Let's stick to the right wall here. Our objective is not known right now, so we're just exploring. And we're also out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Shadowrun Dragonfall. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.